but they'll still take full damage. Same with being punched with Vi's Q. Will still take full damage, but just won't get turned around.
Why can't I move over this window? That's interesting.
It's always the most misleading thing about Morgana's Black Shield, that it blocks CC and AP, but you know she'll still 100% AD damage goes through it.
The most used for the shield is more so for the spell immune.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Amy probably shouldn't have done that. I understand what she's trying to do, but she's
checking bushes.
Yes, but she has no way to follow up on the bushes. So what's going to happen if they lands a Q? Nothing. And nothing's going to happen. So the only thing...
What she's doing for now is just kind of queuing them to take damage, to get them a little weaker, because what she does is have a lot of AP at the beginning. So that Q is going to hurt relatively a good amount, and it's going to give whoever that she hit, the opposite person, some advantage. En route, so if they wanted to do something upon it, it's fine. And it uses so little mana at the beginning that she can get that back up pretty quick, so it's not like she's wasting anything to do it.
Alright, so Tyron's blowing through a lot of his mana. Up. Even on CS.
So it is kind of interesting to note that they have changed some of their laning. Tyron in the last two games was a jungler, while this game he is bot lane.
Is it because the last two games they haven't been really successful in?
I don't know. I have no idea. But it's just kind of interesting to note that. Or Bastard Snow was the bot lane, it looks like. No, everybody's been switching around. Because he was bot lane the first week, top lane the second week. Or top lane the first week, bottom lane the second. There we go. So maybe they still haven't practiced very much and they're trying to figure out a good position.
Alright, so each team has an altar. That gives each of them the extra health and mana regen.
If
you have questions on some of the abilities, Doug, you can ask.
Oh, absolutely. I will definitely ask them. I am the voice of the layperson, so...
Yeah, see, Tyron, you run out of mana now. I know he's been trying to get plays going on, but it's going to hurt his ability to lane properly.
Wow. So the first blood went to Vi, it looked like.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was a 1-for-1 kill there.
Yeah.
Yes. But first blood gives a little bit of extra gold.
So oh, really?
Yeah, so they're a little... RareCandyJunkies would be behind if they weren't ahead on CS.
Yeah. Top lane, Olaf is doing a whole lot better than Nautilus. And then there's second. Oh. Then there's Tyron going down.
Even though Olaf just died, he actually went back, was able to spend money, whereas Nautilus hasn't yet. So Olaf definitely has the advantage in lane right now.
Which something to note is, like, if you are playing top lane or A lane and you get a kill, it's good to push in the lane as hard as can and then go back. Because if you don't, like what John said, he doesn't have the abilities or he doesn't have the items to really fight Olaf right now.
That is a cool skin on Nautilus. That's about the most I can add to this conversation.
Yeah. I don't know. Personally, I'm not a fan of the Warden skins from any of the champions that got them. It's just not my style.
I like that one. I don't care much for the Karma one.
Yeah.
I'm shocked there's not a Big Daddy one yet.
Yeah. So something that the Vi was doing right there, where it's just hiding in the bush. But if they know you're in the bush, there's no point really staying, because that would mean that Olaf knows that Vi is there.
So stay back, yeah.
Okay, so Nautilus went back and shopped. Olaf should do the same. Oh, he's baiting into the jungle. He's hoping that it will come out and... But...
I'm just taking jungle creeps now.
Come see, or Vi.
Yep. I would definitely not do that, Vi. You're outnumbered. So Nautilus is coming down to help, but they're retreating. Too little, too late.
Ooh, there's
There
Jarvan.
it is. That's the assassination Jarvan. I still can't believe an ultimate that does that much stuff does that much damage.
AoE now as well. They've changed it, where it used to only reach the target. Now it
And
does
it-
AoE damage.
And it puts the flag down for the stat buffs. That was added recently. It does so much thing that it does so much damage. That's where we make fun of Matthew for being assassination Jarvan, because he'll build damage, and when that thing lands, it really lands. And so he's able to go up there and do 500 damage all in one swing on somebody.
So red team just now got both altars. That should give them a huge advantage for the game.
It'll definitely be beneficial for the laners, not so much for the jungler, because the extra stat boost is the extra healing.
Can you remind me what the bonuses is for having both towers? Or for both altars?
Yes, so for having the one altar, you just get bonus mana regen and health. When you have both, you get an extra 10% movement speed. And whenever you're near a minion, I guess, and monster kills, it does benefit the jungler as well. You get an extra 1% of your maximum health restored.
Nice.
It's a little bit of health just for killing it. That's
Oh,
completely exclusive of lifesteal already, or spellbound.
Yeah, Violent Dodge is just Morgana. It's something not to really mess with.
Yeah.
It's something you do want to ban against this team.
It's definitely on par with Kavre's. He's even noted himself that they're pretty much equals. I think with the exception, I think Kavre is relied on it a little bit more than she has and played more matches. So just by technical default, but given time, she'd be right there, if not better.
and Olaf goes down.
Yep.
He should have gone back a long time ago.
Hey, Jarvan did a crazy amount of damage against him there.
Yeah.
But the shield that Nautilus has comes up. There's a pretty low cooldown. So that kind of helps him a lot.
See, now Jarvan's out of mana. Let's get the black shield. There, she's on a killing spree.
That's her 4th. No, I'm not reading that right. That's her 3rd kill of the game.
Mm-hmm. They're ahead about 3,000 gold.
Jeez.
Wow. I can just hear Matthew in the headset now telling him over and over again, I have no mana, I have stopped fighting. And so Amy has a Rod of Ages completed and is already stacking it up. And on top of the 4 kills, she's going to be very ahead, very dangerous this game. And Jarvan, I mean, he's only completed the jungle item, and he's got a phage and a little bit of armor now. But he's 4 kills too. He's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Looks like Nautilus is building defensively, and Olaf is building offensively, even though he's a little bit behind.
Wow. That's up. Now the gold lead is up to 4,000.
No, it's just still 3.
Okay, I can't do that. It looked like it was 4,000 at one point in time.
And they got 1 turret, so that's going to be able to help them push in more.
Kind of interesting. Morgana doesn't seem afraid at all.
Yeah, it kind of has to do with knowing Jarvan was right there. Or what, Jarvan was close enough that she could help, that Jarvan could help Morgana.
Definitely, I will say one of the things that I have seen watching these games is the teams that have a long history together. You guys, RareCandyJunkies, and especially Deathcat for Cutie and all that. All 3 of you guys really have a good communication, and that really is making a difference in this season so far.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily good communication. It's we know the faults and like the strategies that our teammates do. So it's we've played with each other enough times that we don't have to communicate. We just know that somebody's gonna go jump in this fight, so we might as well be there too. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Because still there are problems with some communication that, like, you know, some people don't say what they're getting ready to do.
I
mean, John.
I have no idea what you're telling.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like an unsaid communication, though. You guys understand each other.
If you figure at this point, then he would be used to just me wandering into the enemy jungle by myself. Then
at level 3,
yeah.
You think you'd be used to it, and you'd also think that John would know that, you know, I'm all the way on the other side of the map, can't help when he, you know, gets in trouble. But that is something that, you know, you just build up with time.
Yeah. So far, one of the harder things for me to figure out how to do is, like, as I'm playing as still a new character, new player, I am like laser focused on doing my lane or doing my assigned task. I haven't played jungle much lately, or at all, so I haven't really experienced that. But would you say one of the things that's harder to learn is when to come out of your lane and come out of your stated goal, or?
Yeah, that is probably the hardest thing to learn is map awareness, which is watching where the enemies are on the map and knowing when to leave your own lane. So yes, okay. That is probably the hardest part.
What are some of the techniques you would? There's another kill by Morgana. What are some of the techniques? One of the things you would tell new players about how to learn that strategy?
So really, you just have to learn how to do your own lane first.
Yeah, you really need to be able to look around and assess what can you do right now. If you're looking at all the minions in front of you that you're able to hit, and you're not able to last hit a single one of them, and there's not an enemy for you to be trying to kill, really quick, look down at your map and assess the situation. Then look back and check your minions again. There's no point in staring at the minions. They're not going anywhere. You can tell how much health they have or don't have, and it's being able to donate time to looking at the mini-map is obviously the key to map awareness. Communication also really helps with that. So you don't have to look at it. You can just rely on pings.
Feedback.
Yeah, and team feedback.
It's like the thing that's the biggest thing for a lane, so you need to learn to tell your team that the enemy is missing. So if there's your laning opponent is not dead, and you don't know where he is, ping saying he's missing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after a while, you look to see to the map, like what John has been saying, look to the map to see if you can see anybody else, and if you can't see anybody else, then most likely there's going to be a fight, and they're going to gank you or them.
Mm-hmm.
Or like what they're doing is hiding in the bush.
Yeah.
And that was a trap.
Terran had to use his ultimate to get away from that one.
So the the gold discrepancy is now 8,000. 8,500.
And see, we just saw Reckless charge up there on top lane. And because he was up there, they knew they could just push bot lane. Because he's not something that pushes waves. He isn't. So he shouldn't be up there pushing waves, even if he needs CS. He needs to be down there taking shots so that his team doesn't have to.
Yeah, so he's more of the tank, the person that's supposed to take all the damage.
Yes. Yeah.
But it seems like Olaf and even Morgana seems to have more health than he does.
What he's building is a different Nautilus than what a normal Nautilus would build. It seems like he's trying to go to like an AP carry Nautilus.
How is that even possible?
Well, he does have pretty good AP scalings, but he's also very squishy if he does that. He's got really good health and like tanky skills, to say the least.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say RareCandyJunkies pretty much have this in the bag right now. They have both altars, both lanes pushing. They're up by nearly 10,000.
And this would be the perfect time to get Biomon.
Yeah, they should clear out this jungle, get as much gold as they can on the way back.
Heal up and go get a Biomon.
Yep. See,
But how are they gonna do that without a Tom Kench to tank it all?
They'll just have to take turns thinking.
It should definitely be Olaf tanking it with his extra healing. And he's now Spirit Visage.
They are heading in that direction. I do see a ping there.
Yep. Like I said, this would be the perfect time to do it, or this would be the place to fight.
But it looks like the other team is going to go for it as well, at least aware of what they're doing.
See, right now, if you were them and you looked at the map, you'd be able to see the two of them, plus you'd see Vi down bot lane. And Vi needs to be down there to bot lane.
But now both
So
of
they
those
know
are
that there would be,
down.
yeah. There
They
would be a
didn't see it when they
3v2
come up.
fight.
So now they realize that two of them are there, one of them's bot lane, this is perfect time, hey, let's...
Why are they not?
Biomon.
Oh, they're dancing now. That's what they do. Apparently.
Well, they don't want to start Biomod because Biomod doesn't care whose team you're on. It'll hit everybody and anybody, and he grants debuffs, so you get hit harder. You definitely spell disaster if you're ahead and get caught out there. If they really wanted Biomod, they would have set up that wave, but I think they're just hungry for it.
About to hit the 20-minute mark.
And bot lane is pushing in. If you look at their base, the super minions are hitting. There's a super minion hitting the turret. So one person has to take care of that, or the turret just going down. But since that one person left, it's a 3-on-2 with the turret. And you can kind of see how that went.
Cannot do enough damage.
Yeah. Like, it really is way too late for the team.
You should just stay and finish it.
Here's what that's what we're gonna do.
She's out of mana too, so yep, that's it.
There's a game.
All right.
Well played. Victory goes to RareCandyJunkies.
Yep,
GG,
RareCandyJunkies
easy
with the win. All right. Well, I'll see you guys back in the lobby in the general room. See you guys there.
Now we got the shoutcasters coming back.
Congratulations, guys. Good win.
Thank you.
RareCandyJunkies. So one of the things that I want to talk about as soon as I started this game is, or started talking about the pregame here, we noticed, one of the first things we noticed, Savage Gaming Nomads, everybody switched up their roles. What led to the thinking of doing that?
Mostly just our champion pools.